Okay, now the second problem is find integral secant square x by 2 plus tan square x dx. First of all, we have to observe the problem. See, in the standard list of the particular integrals, we have only dx. But here, there is secant square x. But at the same time, in the denominator, we have tan x. If we put tan x equals t and differentiating with respect to x, then we have secant square x equals dt by dx. Therefore, dx can be replaced by secant square x cross multiply. Dt is equal to secant square x dx. So for the numerator secant square x dx, we are getting dt. Like how we have only dx in the numerator, now we will be having only dt in the denominator. That means we have almost converted into one of these integrals. Now let us see. Therefore, I equals integral for secant square x dx. I can write dt over 2 plus tan x I have put as t. So it is t square. So what is the form it is matching? It is matching the form dx by, this is constant square, because though it is not a perfect square, I can write it as root 2 and square. So it is constant square plus t square variable square. So instead of x, we have t. So I have to now look into a formula which matches like dx by constant square plus variable square. Which is that formula in the list? Dx by constant square plus variable square, the very first formula. So I have now integral dt divided by constant square plus variable square. The formula is 1 by a tan inverse of x by a. So I will directly match with that and write down the answer. 1 by a is root 2. So I can write it as root 2 square. So a is just root 2. 1 by root 2. Tan inverse of x comes there, but we have variable as t. Tan inverse of t by root 2 plus c. Or the last step is to substitute for t. We had kept t as tan x. So the final answer of the integration is 1 by root 2 into tan inverse of, what is t? Tan x divided by root 2 plus c. This is the answer of the integration. So even though there is numerator is having some terms, then we can always think of putting some substitution factor and we can proceed by using the formula.